Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana. I hope you all are doing very well. And in today's session, we will be discussing the most important current affairs for 30th of October 2024. So on the screen you can see some important keywords and it would be the crux of our session. In this session, we'll be talking about the writer's village. After that, we'll see Cyclone Dana has hit which country and which country has named the term Cyclone Dana. After that, we'll talk about Under 23 Wrestling World Championships. Then we will see Kadar-Tribe primarily resides in which Indian states. Then we'll talk about Asia Clean Energy Summit. Then we will see Rani Rampal is associated with which sport and why she came into news. After that, we'll talk about International-Esports-Championship, AI language model, Spice 2000 bomb and Uttarakhand bird festival. Okay. So now without taking any further time, let's get started. The first question here is, which state government recently launched a cultural initiative named as Writer's Village? So Writer's Village is a new cultural initiative in Dehradun in the state of Uttarakhand, and it promotes the global literary and cultural exchange. Okay. It was inaugurated by Uttarakhand Chief Minister in Thano on 27th of October 2024. This inauguration coincided with an international art, literature and cultural festival that took place from 23rd to 27th of October. More than 300 writers, artists and authors from 65 countries participated in this 5-day festival. This festival actually served as a platform to discuss the literature, language and art, promoting Hindi and showcasing the cultural heritage of Uttarakhand. Okay, so Uttarakhand state government has recently launched a cultural initiative called as Writer's Village. Fine. In the next slide, we will be talking about some important art and culture related current affairs. The first one here is, Ahobilam Parvita festival is celebrated in which Indian state? This festival is celebrated in Andhra Pradesh. Nagarni Spardha, which was seen in the news, is an old traditional oxen race held in which Indian state? It is the festival of Maharashtra. Which state recently organized the Ustad Alauddin Khan festival? Answer here is Madhya Pradesh. Ancient Badami Chalukya temples were recently discovered in Mudi Manikyam village along the banks of which river? This is Krishna river. Jivit Putrika festival is primarily observed in which part of India? It is celebrated in northern and eastern India. Which institution related to Yakshagana was recently accredited by the UNESCO Convention on Intangible Cultural Heritage? This is Keremane Idagunji Mahaganpati Yakshagana Mandali. Last is Kharchi Puja is celebrated in which Indian state? It is celebrated in Tripura. Okay. Now next one is, which country named Cyclone Dana, which recently hit the eastern coast of India? So severe cyclone Dana hit India's eastern coast, bringing heavy rains and winds of 100 to 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, it caused major damage to the infrastructure and crops in Odisha and West Bengal. And the name Dana means generosity in Arabic, and it was suggested by the country Qatar, because in Arabic culture, Dana also refers to a valuable and perfectly sized pearl, symbolizing the beauty. Fine. So Cyclone Dana has recently hit the eastern coast of India, and this name has been suggested by the country Qatar. Fine. Now what questions you can be asked regarding it? First of all, in Odisha, which is a famous World Heritage Site temple, it is the Konark Sun temple. Then which natural park is known for olive redley turtles in Odisha? It is the Gahir Matha Marine Sanctuary, right? In the next slide, let's talk about some important international current affairs. The first one is, recently which country has assumed the chair of Asian Disaster Preparedness Center for 2024 to 2025? This is the country India. Where was the multinational military exercise Shanti Prayas 4 organized? So it was organized in Kathmandu in Nepal. Recently, which country became the first Asian country to ratify ILO Convention to end the workplace violence and harassment? This is the country Philippines. Houthis, an armed religious and political group, is associated with which country? So it belongs to Yemen. Bedouin community belongs to which country? Bedouin community is found in Israel. Recently, which country was officially declared malaria free by the World Health Organization? This is very important question. WHO has recently declared the country Egypt as malaria free. Ibrahim Raisi, who recently passed away in helicopter crash, was the president of which country? He was the president of Iran. And now you have to tell me, after Ibrahim Raisi, who's the new president of Iran? Please write your answer in the comment section. Question number 3 is, where was the Under 23 Wrestling World Championship 2024 held? The correct answer is B option, Tirana, in the country Albania. In this event, India has won 3 medals overall, means 1 silver and 2 bronze medal at this Under 23 Wrestling World Championship 2024 that took place in Albania. Here, Anjali secured silver medal in the women's 59 kgs category, and she was at the second position. Who was the first in women's 59 kgs category? It was a player from Ukraine named as Sulimiya Vinik. Okay. After that, Monica won a bronze medal in the women's 68 kgs category, and she has defeated a player from China. And Vishwajit Ramchandra More clinched bronze medal in the men's 55 kgs Greco-Roman category, and he has defeated Adam Ulbashev. Okay, so what is the venue for Under 23 Wrestling World Championship 2024? So venue is Tirana in Albania. In this championship, India has won overall how many medals? So India has won 3 medals overall, and the segregation is 1 silver and 2 bronze. Here we do not have any gold medal. Fine. Now one important question is, in which country is the United World Wrestling headquarters located? Headquarters of United World Wrestling lies in Switzerland. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about some sport related news. The first one is, on World Kabaddi Day 2024, which country created history by creating a Guinness World Record with the participation of 128 players? So on this occasion, India has created this history by creating a Guinness World Record with the participation of total 128 players. How many medals did India win at the 2024 BRICS Games in Russia? Answer is 29. Which organization of India recently organized #PlayTrue campaign to create awareness about the clean sport? This is NADA, National Anti-Doping Agency. Deepti Jiwanji won which medal in the women's 400 meters T20 event at the 2024 Paris Paralympics? This is the bronze medal. Recently, which country won the Kawa Women's Volleyball Nations League 2024? Answer is India. Who has become the first Indian gymnast to win a gold medal at the 2024 Asian Gymnastics Championship? This is the Deepak Karmakar. Recently, who was inducted into the World Billiards Museum's Hall of Fame in Shangrao, China? The correct answer is Pankaj Advani. Okay. Question number 4 is, the Kadar tribe primarily resides in which Indian states? So Kadar tribe primarily resides in Kerala and Tamil Nadu state. Why they came into news? Because currently they are actively working to restore the degraded natural forest that are affected by the invasive species. Okay, so Kadars are indigenous people living primarily in Kerala and Tamil Nadu forest. Also, you have to remember that they are recognized as PVTG, means particularly vulnerable tribal group, by the Indian government. Their name Kadar comes from Kadu, means forest in Tamil and Malayalam, showing their strong bond with nature. And they speak the Kadar language, which is a Dravidian dialect which is influenced by Tamil and Malayalam. Okay, so Kadar tribe primarily lives in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Why this tribe came into news? Because currently they are working in an active way to restore the degraded natural forest which are affected by the invasive species. Fine. Talking about the Kadar tribe, what are the main livelihoods of the Kadar tribe? Answer is gathering forest products and fishing. Okay. And what language influenced the Kadar language? They speak Tamil and Malayalam. In which Indian states they primarily inhabit? Answer is Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Fine. Now in the next slide we will be talking about some art and culture related current affairs. The first one here is, Nuakhai festival is celebrated in which Indian state? This festival is celebrated in Odisha. What is Vathe Zuthu, recently seen in the news? Vathe Zuthu is a syllabic alphabet. Kaleshwar temple is located in which Indian state? This temple lies in Karnataka. Sri Jagannath temple is located in which Indian state? Location of Sri Jagannath temple is Odisha. Karma festival is primarily associated with which ritual? Answer is harvest and tribute to the Karam tree. Archaeologists recently discovered the first evidence of rock art in which city of Karnataka? Answer here is Mangaluru, city of Karnataka. Virupaksh temple is located in which Indian state? Answer is Karnataka. Okay. Question number 5 is, where was the Asia Clean Energy Summit 2024 held? The correct answer here is C option, Singapore. The 11th edition of Asia Clean Energy Summit took place in Singapore from 22 to 24th of October 2024 as a part of Singapore International Energy Week. Okay, and it was co-organized by Nanyang Technological University's Energy Research Institute and Singapore Solar Energy Research Institute. It is supported by different organizations like Asian Development Bank, Singapore Economic Development Board, Energy Market Authority and Enterprise Singapore. Okay, so this summit aims to unite the global leaders to promote the clean energy, accelerate net zero goals and encourage innovative energy solutions. And the summit emphasized the integration of policy, finance and technology for advancing the climate action and sustainable development in the Asia Pacific. Okay, so what is the venue for Asia Clean Energy Summit 2024? Answer is C option, Singapore. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about some important summits and the conferences. The first question is, where was the India Digital Agri Conference 2024 organized? It was organized in New Delhi. Recently, where was the first International Dairy Federation Asia Pacific Summit held? This is Kochi in the state of Kerala. Recently, where was the second edition of Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation held? This is New Delhi. Which ministry recently launched the Alliance for Global Good Gender Equity and Equality? It was launched by Ministry of Women and Child Development. Recently, where was the 148th edition of Inter-Parliamentary Union meeting held? Answer here is Geneva in Switzerland. Recently, where was the 4th edition of Joint Committee meeting for the review of AITIGA held? Means ASEAN India Trade in Goods Agreement held. This is Putrajaya in Malaysia. Recently, where was the 33rd edition of Arab League Summit held? The venue for this summit is Manama in the country Bahrain. Okay. Moving to question number 6. Rani Rampal, who recently announced her retirement, is associated with which sport? The correct answer is C option, hockey. She is Indian hockey icon and recently she retired after a 14-year career. She started as the youngest team member at the age of just 14 years, right? Also, she is known as the queen of the Indian women hockey and her jersey number 28 was also retired in her honor. So she led India to a historic 4th place finish at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and she won the Asia Cup in 2017, ending a 13-year title run. And Rani Rampal also earned a silver at the 2018 Asian Games and she has been given the different awards like Arjuna Award in the year 2016. Then she was declared as World Games Athlete of the Year in 2019. Then after that she got the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and also she was honored with Padma Shri in 2020. Okay, she achieved more than 250 international caps and scored more than 200 goals. Okay, so Rani Rampal has recently announced her retirement and she is a hockey player. Fine. In the next slide, we'll be talking about some important personalities that came into news. The first one is, recently who has been appointed as the first woman High Commissioner to India by Britain? This is Lindy Cameron. Recently who has been appointed as Director of the Enforcement Directorate? The new director is Rahul Naveen. Recently the winners of 70th National Film Awards were announced by which ministry? Here answer is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Who has been appointed as the head of Global Airport Operations at Air India? Recently, this is Jayaraj Shanmugam. Recently, which prison received the Biodiversity Conservation Award constituted by the Andhra Pradesh State Biodiversity Board? This prison is Rajahmundry Central Prison. Which two Indian space scientists received the honor at the Global Space Conference from the prestigious organization Committee on Space Research? These two scientists are Prahlad Chandra Agarwal and Anil Bharadwaj. Manohar Joshi, who passed away recently, was the former Chief Minister of which Indian state? Recently he passed away and he was former Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Okay. Question number 7 is, which country is the host of International-Esports-Championship in 2025? The correct answer here is India. India is set to host its first International-Esports Championship in March 2025. It is organized by SOGF, means Skill Hub Online Games Federation, and International Esports Federation, means IESF. This event aims to attract the participants from total 150 countries, and esports is gaining global recognition with the International Olympic Committee introducing the annual series sport event, and the Olympic Council of Asia included it in the 2023 Hangzhou Asian Games. The host city for the event will depend on the state government sponsorship, and the IESF is also launching a club-based tournament in India so as to involve the tier 1 and tier 2 clubs, emphasizing the community engagement over profit. Okay, so India is the host of International-Esports-Championship in 2025. Okay, in the next slide, let's again have a look at some international current affairs. Recently, which country has become the 100th full member to join the ISA, International Solar Alliance? It is the country Paraguay. Also, don't forget that the latest member to join the ISA is the country Malta. It is the 119th member of International Solar Alliance. Okay, headquarters lies in Gurugram, Haryana. Recently, Jose Raul Mulino has been elected as the new president of which country? He is the new president of Panama country. International Court of Justice is the principal judicial organ of which organization? Answer is United Nations. Recently, where was the 7th India-Indonesia Joint Defence Cooperation Committee meeting held? Answer is New Delhi. Recently, for the first time, the Gulf Cooperation Council announced its vision for regional security in which city of Saudi Arabia? This is the Riyadh city. Recently, who has become the first person to reach the point Nemo, which is the oceanic pole of inaccessibility in the Pacific Ocean? This is Chris Brown. Claudia Sheinbaum took oath as the first female president of which country? She became the first female president of Mexico. Okay. Question number 8 here is, what is the name of the first artificial intelligence language model optimized specifically for the Indian languages? So this is A option, Sarvam 1. Actually, Sarvam AI, which is an Indian startup, has launched Sarvam 1, which is the first LLM tailored for Indian languages. Sarvam 1 is open source and it supports in total 10 languages. These are Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Oriya, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu and English. Okay, so it is categorized as a small language model with under 10 billion parameters. It delivers 4 to 6 times faster inference speeds that are suitable for production and edge devices with limited computing power. Okay, so Sarvam 1 is the name of the first AI language model which is optimized specifically for the Indian languages. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about some science and technology related news. The first one is, Space satellite was launched by which space agency? It was launched by NASA. What is AI Hume recently seen in the news? AI Hume is the world's first conversational artificial intelligence along with emotional intelligence. What are biosurfactants recently mentioned in the news? So they are surface active molecules which are produced by microorganisms. Which ministry has developed a new composite membrane called as mixed matrix membrane? It is developed by Ministry of Science and Technology. Orphan drugs are used to treat what kind of disease? Answer is rare diseases. What is MnBi2S4 recently mentioned in the news? It is a kind of mineral. What is Kawasaki disease recently seen in the news? It is a rare heart disease. Fine. Question number 9 is, which country developed a guided bomb named as Spice 2000? So this bomb belongs to Israel country. Recently, Israel has deployed this Spice 2000 bomb to target a building in Beirut. Okay, and Spice 2000 is a guided smart bomb, you can say, which has been made by the Israel's Rafale advanced defense system. It uses advanced GPS and electro-optical sensors for precise targeting, and the bomb's guidance system ensures accuracy in hitting the designated location. Fine. So Spice 2000 bomb has been developed by the country Israel. And why it came into news? Because recently Israel has used this bomb against Beirut. Okay. Now you can be asked that who developed the Spice 2000 bomb? So it has been developed by the Rafale advanced defense system. And what type of guidance does the Spice 2000 use? It uses the GPS and electro-optical sensors. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about some defense related current affairs. The first question here is, what kind of missile is IRIS-T missile recently seen in the news? It is an air-to-air missile. Technology Development Fund scheme is a program of which ministry? So this scheme belongs to Defense Ministry. Recently, where was the state-of-the-art IT laboratory inaugurated by Chief of the Army Staff? This is Uzbekistan country. Which countries recently participated in trilateral multi-domain exercise named as Freedom Edge? These countries are Japan, US and South Korea. INS Malpe and INS Mulki belongs to which type of class? These ships belong to Mahi class. What is the primary objective of Project Udbhav recently seen in the news? Project Udbhav aims to bridge the gap in between ancient wisdom and modern military practices. Caliber cruise missile was developed by which country? This missile belongs to Russia. Fine. Now question number 10 is, where was the 8th edition of Uttarakhand Bird Festival held recently? So 8th edition of Uttarakhand Bird Festival was held at Benog Wildlife Sanctuary near Mussoorie from 18th to 20th of October, featuring 95 bird species and 22 butterfly species. Notable birds spotted include, for example, yellow-rumped honey guide, then there is long-tailed broadbill, green-winged teal, etc. And Benog Wildlife Sanctuary was established in the year 1993. It is located 11 kilometers from Mussoorie in Uttarakhand's Garhwal region. Also, it is a part of Rajaji National Park that is situated on pine-clad slopes, and it is surrounded by snow-capped Himalayan peaks. Okay, so the venue for 8th edition of Uttarakhand Bird Festival is Benog Wildlife Sanctuary. Fine. Now, in the last slide, let's see some national current affairs. The first question here is, how many national high-speed road corridor projects have been recently approved by the central government? So on the starting of this year, 8 projects have been recently approved by the central government. Recently, the UP government has established country's first language museum of Hindi literature in which city? We have discussed this question few days back, and correct answer is Varanasi. Recently, which 3 names were given to the underwater structures in the Indian Ocean? These 3 names are Ashoka, Chandragupta and Kalpatru. Recently, the Ministry of Coal has initiated India's first ever pilot project for underground coal gasification in which Indian state? This is Jharkhand. Which is the nodal ministry of Bharatiya Beej Sahakari Samiti Limited, recently seen in the news? Nodal ministry is Ministry of Cooperation. Which university recently collaborated with the Haryana government for the establishment of a Center of Excellence in Forensic Science Training in Panchkula? This is Gujarat Forensic Sciences University. Recently, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare inaugurated a Krishi Integrated Command and Control Center at which place? This is New Delhi. Fine. So this is all about today's session. I hope you have liked it. We are done with our 10 current affairs for today. Also, we have covered the revision portion. And now at last, let me give you some homework. And today the homework is related to international news. Here on the screen you can see 7 questions. Please read each of the questions carefully and try to answer them in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. And now at last, let me again remind you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. Okay. Now tomorrow is Diwali, so happy Diwali in advance to all of you, and my best wishes are always with you. Now we will be meeting on 1st of November. So till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.